So we had a strange turn of events on Thursday Night Football between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams would beat their NFC West rival 12-6. But the top storyline is Devondre Campbell. 49ers linebacker Devondre Campbell left the game in the middle of the third quarter after telling the team he didn't want to play anymore. Yeah, you heard me right. He left the game in the middle of the third quarter after telling not only head coach Kyle Shanahan, but several assistants that he didn't want to play anymore. Campbell was supposed to enter the game to replace injured linebackers D. Winters and Dre Greenlaw. Now, this was Greenlaw's first game back from an ACL injury that he suffered in the Super Bowl back in February against the Kansas City Chiefs. So, as I've mentioned in previous shows, the Dallas Cowboys are the soap opera that never ends. It's just constant drama with the Cowboys. But the 49ers have had a lot of drama and a lot of stuff that has happened to them this year. They've had a major Super Bowl hangover since February. In training camp, Brandon Ayuk didn't show up because there was a dispute between him and the team over a long-term contract. Ayuk gets the long-term deal. Several games into the year, tears his ACL, done for the year. Trent Williams, he had a contract dispute as well during training camp. Williams gets the long-term deal. He's been in and out of the lineup this year due to injuries. Christian McCaffrey, earlier in the year, suffers Achilles tendonitis, goes to Germany to try to get the situation fixed, meeting with an Achilles specialist. Comes back in early November, plays solid, has some decent games, but Sunday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills, suffers a knee injury, placed on injured reserve, done for the year. Fred Warner, toughening it out, playing with a broken ankle all season long. Dre Greenlaw fighting his way to come back from an ACL injury. Charvarius Ward, as well as Trent Williams, dealing with the loss of children. And then we had Devondre Campbell leaving the game in the middle of the third quarter, telling the team he didn't want to play anymore. That is just nuts. The only thing, to my knowledge, of recent players doing something similar to this, I know Vontae Davis retired at halftime as a member of the Buffalo Bills. And I know Antonio Brown a couple of seasons ago, as a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just took off his jersey and walked out of MetLife Stadium in New Jersey when the Buccaneers playing the Jets. But I mean, Campbell, with everything that has happened with the 49ers this year, and then also too, Deebo Samuel during the week going on social media, saying that he's not struggling at all. He's just not getting enough touches. And Deebo Samuel, if you watch that game, you notice that they were just throwing the ball to him just to make him happy and just to please him and all that stuff. But that clearly was not working. They should have had a heavy dose of Isaac Guerendo, which, by the way, Isaac came into this game with an injury too. McCaffrey and also the backup, Jordan Mason, on injured reserve. Guerendo was toughening it out. Deebo Samuel, they were forcing the ball to him just to keep him happy. And guess what? It got the 49ers in a lot of trouble, along with the whole Devondre Campbell situation. Bottom line is this: the 49ers' playoff chances are slim to none. The season's over with for them. They've gone through so much and too many injuries, and then now you've got this whole situation with a player walking off the field in the middle of a game after, you were supposed to come in to replace not one but two injured linebackers. You're already thin at that position, and you tell the team you don't want to play anymore. Man, that's crazy. That is just crazy, man. And the 49ers, I know John Lynch, Jed York and company, they've got a lot. They've got a lot to look over and evaluate between now and the offseason, man. The Super Bowl hangover is real for the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy, the 49ers are looking to pay him. He's going to want a long-term contract. We'll see how this all plays out. between now and the offseason. Jawan Jennings, you talk about a player that's so underrated. Jawan Jennings was drafted, I want to say, like in the 6th round. He has been balling for the 49ers. If anybody should get a long-term contract, it should be Jawan Jennings, because Jawan is balling, especially in the Super Bowl back in February. Man, Jawan Jennings is so underrated. He really is the X factor for the 49ers team. We know George Kittle. George Kittle is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Really, Kittle and Jennings, those two have been playing at such a high level, especially this year. Really, the last couple of seasons, they've played at such a high level. But San Francisco, they've got a lot of decisions between now and this offseason, and we'll see what happens going forward. But again, in Thursday Night Football, the Rams beat the 49ers 12-6. Also, in other news, the Miami Dolphins have released wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. The Dolphins and Beckham Jr. mutually agreed to part ways. Beckham, during the offseason, he signed a 1-year deal with the Dolphins. And news involving the game with the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. Jake Haener will be the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints on Sunday against the Washington Commanders. Of course, he's going to be replacing Derek Carr, who won't be on injured reserve, but he's going to miss some time after suffering a fracture on his non-throwing hand, and also he's in the concussion protocol as well. And Marshawn Lattimore making his return to New Orleans. He'll make his Washington Commanders debut in the same game. So Lattimore has not played since the early part of the season, battling a hamstring injury, tried to fight his way back, upset with his situation with the Saints. Saints trade Lattimore to the Commanders. In return, the Saints get draft picks. And now Marshawn Lattimore, he's healthy, he's ready to go, and he'll make his Commanders debut with Washington taking on New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. But again, the final score in Thursday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams 12, the San Francisco 49ers 6. Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.